Hey, what is up? We are on day 5 of the 40 Servants Introduction Ritual, and today we will be meeting the Balancer. All right, so day 5, 40 Servants Introduction Ritual, the Balancer. But before we get going with that, I just want to talk about the signs from the Adventurer, right? So I noticed this phenomenon yesterday and also today leading into this. So I want to address this first. Prior to even doing the ritual with the Adventurer, there was little syncs that were popping up earlier on in the day that were related to the energy of that card. And then even this morning in particular, I've had energy from the Balancer coming in. So I almost feel like there is this daily energy once you get into the ritual where it starts presenting itself. I'm going to ask about this in the 40 Servants group as well, where it's like you're being visited by the ghost of the Balancer, like the ghost of Christmas past or present in the Christmas story. Anyhow, for the experience with the Adventurer, there's nothing distinctly that I can definitively say. I picked up signs from it. It was very present, and in my morning meditation today, I really felt the sense of newness and beginning and new opportunities and this revitalization. The one definitive thing that I can say, and this is something that I had come up with prior to like my introduction with the Adventurer, is this concept of picturing the future as void, like black, as an indefinitive and undetermined. And I think that it's very fitting for the Adventurer because it's charting unknown territory, right? Stepping into the uncharted territory, I should say. And having that mindset puts us in a more, it creates more potentiality, but then it also allows us to live with our current emotions. And as somebody who historically has suffered with anxiety, having that sense of something to focus on, which is the unknown, and project that onto future situations in a tangible way, is adventurous, and it's also liberating, and it's transitioning the energy of anxiety into enthusiasm and excitement. And to me, that's very, very adventurer oriented. And with that being said, and with the pug snoring, I don't know if you can hear that, we are going to get into the Adventurer ritual. The Balancer ritual, and then I will introduce you to the Balancer more thoroughly a little bit after. So, peace. Okay, so here we are for the 40 Servants Introduction Ritual, day 5. We have the Balancer in front of us. We are going to get started by lighting the candle. Lighting the candle for the saint. Lighting the candle for the Balancer. You can hear Renji coming into the room. And then we are going to light this candle. Of course, Renji decides that she wants her bear now. We're going to light the incense. We might have a dog with a little squeaky toy coming in and joining us. But you only get one shot at this, right? So it's as real as it gets. In the words of former reality TV star Turtle Man, live action. I forgot the yee-yee-yees. So now we're going to burn the Palo Santo just to kind of clear the space. And again, I meditated this morning and I already burned Palo Santo. But it never hurts. Might help keep me from acting a fool while my pug is just a dog and likes to and plays. Even though I'm trying to do human stuff. It's always good to touch back base with that. So while we're waiting for the charcoal briquette to catch, I want to go to the stone that I put here for the Balancer. So yesterday it was Botswana agate or gray agate for the Adventurer. And then for the Balancer I put green calcite. It's actually because I was being somewhat lazy. The stones that I would have put underneath there, are underneath the actual like glass here because it's like socketed, and I have a whole crystal grid under there. But what I would have put there is like labradorite, iolite, or blue apatite. I just didn't want to have to move everything for that. I think eventually at some point I will have to do that though. Now I'm gonna pour some tea. This is just standard green tea this time too. Yesterday it was ginger tea. This is just a little bit more of a relaxing green tea. All right. And then it's a good thing you can't see what my dog is doing to me. So for incense today, I wanted to use the meditation incense. We're going to throw some of the meditation incense on there. And then some of the grounding incense, because I view like meditation as connecting with the saint. And then grounding, although some people view meditation as grounding, for certain types of meditation, I find it to be very disconnecting and I need to ground afterwards. So I thought that was a good way to bring some balance into everything, right? So we'll do meditation first. And this one has frankincense, myrrh, and cinnamon in it. So it has a really, really different smell than some of the other ones. And it definitely has a spiritual scent to it. It's the best way I can describe it. Now my pug's all frisky and trying to chew on my hand and all of this stuff. So that's going up pretty good. So I'm going to start the actual reading of the ritual. Okay. I call on you, great servant, the saint, to come to me so I may know you. I am Ross Cessna, the master and ruler of this domain. I call you here so that you may introduce me to the servant, the balancer, who is known for balancing things and moderation. O great servant, the saint, bring the balancer forth so that I may recognize her, and in return she will recognize me as her friend and master. Ever obey me, great servant, the balancer, and ever please me. In return, I will offer you acknowledgement and sustenance so that your energy, potency, and fame increase. Give me a sign that you have heard my call and have come forth to welcome me as your master and friend. I make these offerings as a thanks to both of you. Now I'm going to put the grounding incense on there. It looks like the meditation incense is finally going. And the grounding one obviously has like a more earthy smell to it. It has patchouli and I want to say some sandalwood. Sandalwood, benzoin, patchouli, and juniper. It has a really, really relaxing smell. And with that, we are going to close down the ritual and get back to the conversation kind of about what the balancer represents and tell you who we're going to be meeting tomorrow. So let's get to it. Okay, so the ritual is done, and now we are going to just chat about the balancer real quick and tell you who we will meet tomorrow. Obviously, the balancer is all about balance, also restoring order. So if there's a little bit of chaos in your life, or if things are you're a little bit heavy-handed in one area, the balancer is there to help adjust, help like you to navigate that and find balance. Her mantra is all things return to an even keel. The keywords are balance, harmony, evenness, symmetry, match, attune, collate, stabilize, readjust. And her prayer is, "O great servant, the balancer, who is famed for her power to restore equilibrium, I call on you to come to my aid in order to force the events that surround me into a more balanced and harmonious condition. May all things be in balance." And quick little sidebar before I get into the next card. I actually made a sigil the other day, and it was equilibrium. I want to say is what it was. It was homeostasis. I can't remember, but it's essentially the energy of the balancer. So it's cool to see that come up. Oh, okay. And tomorrow we tap into the Cardinal. So subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. Drop a comment. Ask a question. Please do that. That really helps me a lot. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.